So before I wait 5 minutes for a normal intro and then find out the stream is chugging at like 6 FPS, let's go ahead, switch over, and see if everything is working on the stream as it should be. Okay. Got some real I am. Oh, because I'm using the different camera, that's why. Hang on. Turn that down a bit. Because the application thing not working. Okay. Hey, this works. Oh. Get out of here, OBS. You're not supposed to be in there. Now let me move chat over here. Oof. Like, I don't say this often, but forgive my language. My goodness gracious. Or at least Restream seems to be working today, so that's good. I mean, right now it looks like a hot potato. So that's interesting. It's weird because the Restream You're having an issue here. Okay, that's better. It's cleaned up. Switch back over. I'll be right back. Well, what if I wanted to, you know, just continue to make wild gestures without you understanding me, Lampy? What if that was my plan all along? It was not my plan. I absolutely did forget to unmute myself. Thank you. Also, good morning, Lampy. Or good time of day to you. How are you doing? Raw Dad, it is good to see you. Dino Nuggets run. How are you doing? You're in my time zone. Good morning to you. Well, good afternoon to you, actually. Nihilist Enthusiast, how are you doing? I mean, I've been rewatching second season of Adventures. Now I gotta say, the pawn shop episode is definitely my fave of the season. Quack, quack, quack. This is terrible customer service. Quack. Thank you. I'm very glad that you're enjoying the show, and I'm extra glad that you enjoyed the thing that I did in it. So yay. Makes me very happy. It was a lot of fun. It was such a scary moment. Well, hey, Honey Money. Hey, everybody rating with Honey Money. How are you all doing? Hey, Italian. Crowd said, I did not get the memo that this episode would be communicated via Kermit gestures. It's a surprise last minute change. Producers were like, here's how it's gotta go. Honey Money said to come and talk about edging and orgasms. Thoughts? 2 thumbs up. Both are great. Highly recommend. What more is there to say? Are there other thoughts? True Mandalorian, hi. Jesse was talking about inappropriate stuff again, like blue balls and edging. Inappropriate? Sounds very appropriate. I didn't say you should. I said you could blame me if Jesse wasn't okay with it. Oh, okay. No. I mean, I don't think it's a little off topic, so I'm not going to spend all day on it, but you know. Good stuff. Give it a shot. Educational. Yeah, there we go. I love that sweater. Thank you. I got it for real cheap. I don't find them inappropriate, right? Like, what's you know, what's inappropriate? As long as it's between, you know, consenting parties. Cool. We're all a bunch of consenting adults. Woo. Not gonna spend all day on it. Not much of an edger then. That was a good joke. That was a good joke. Work blue balls into the campaign? I guess we could. You know, so our next one-page lore is gonna be a place called Blue Balls. But we'll have to spell it in some like fantasy way, like BAELUW or something, apostrophe W, and be like Blue Bowls. I agree. Nice sweater. Thank you. I'm glad you like it too. Make blue balls an artifact like truck nuts, azure orbs. Isn't blue bowels? Isn't that an energy drink, or was that just bowels? I think there was an energy drink called Balls, BAWLS. I think they were blue. The bottles, at least. Blue Boletaria. Oh, that's a good one, Tyrell. Haven't seen balls in ages. I haven't seen balls around these pots for 40 years. Balls are part of the body, Jesse. They're also part of the body. The drink, I mean. Oh, okay. Balls, not the drink. Daily. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. I don't know if you can see that my camera's higher than usual. You can probably just see more of the top of my head. More Widow's Peak. I'm gonna do this, and then I'll watch the delay so I can see the top of my head. Don't make the joke, don't make the joke. It's too late. It's definitely too late. Already made the joke. Blue bowels, they're just legend. Hung in animation in an unknown place, forever frozen, waiting for release. Total Ginger! Resubscribed. It has been subscribed for 20 months and says 20 months. Whee! Hi everyone. Hi Tonal. Thank you. Thank you for 20 months. Wow, why is music still so loud? Hang on, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. I just realized what it is for you all. That seems too high. Thank you very much. Here's to 20 months, and here's to 20 more months of, I would certainly hope, enjoyable, fun content. I was talking to myself, I didn't technically say it. There was a 3 ebook that had magical ass CDs in it. Yeah, what was it? The Book of Erotic Pleasures? Yeah, I'm gonna look this up because yeah, it is a real book. D&D. Was it Erotic Pleasures? Erotic Fantasy. Book of Erotic Fantasy. Not to be confused with the other 3E splat book, Book of Vile Darkness. Also has tits in it. I don't think it has any STDs though. That one had an awful carnal knowledge. Unlawful carnal knowledge in the title. Oh, wow. Unlawful carnal knowledge. That's great. That's a good title. That's the name of my grind on the dance floor core metal band. Is unlawful carnal knowledge. I just looked at your screen and saw a subtitle based on this conversation. I think changed to landscape, flora, fauna, and fapping. Magic tits. Wait, all tits are magic. They are. Magical they are. I just remember the Lich Lover class. There's a Lich Lover class? I didn't know that. Oh man. 3 F's of world building, flora, fauna, and chat. Yep. The old people will recognize it as a reference to the Van Halen album for unlawful carnal knowledge. Oh. I didn't know that was a thing. Not familiar with the Vans of Halen. Finally a class for me. I'll see if I can see if I can go for my level up in that for Grinderbin. Be like, hey Jack, so I found this class I was thinking about multi-classing into. Thought maybe, you know, first 4 levels Artificer and then maybe another few levels of, you know, Lich Lover. Yeah, you have to have had sex with the undead so much and survived all your STDs, you are immune to all forms of poison. Nice. Pretty good Vans in the 80s anyway, that's fun. Also a lich lover, but it's not spelled with a L. Oh, so you're an itch lover. Like you just love a good scratch. That's cool. Hey, whatever you're into, Mandalorian, more power to you. You love itching? Hey, good on you. Artificer / lich lover multi-class. Makes sex toys for the undead and the undead lovers. I was gonna make there's a set of words I wanted to use that I'm not sure exactly. It's like none of the words aren't words that I haven't said before, but in the order in which I wanted to say them, I was like, can I say these words? Together, they sound unholy. Ooh, rash. But yeah, when you get a rash in just the right spot. A scratchy scritches. What's up, Discordia? How are you doing? Itchy tasty. That's the name of the lich lovers brunch and orgy, is itchy tasty. Flaky. Like a good croissant is how I like my lovers. I like them flaky. Wrestling with a consistently crashing Persona 5. Oh no, if it's consistently crashing, I'm assuming it's on PC. Oh, and buttery. Yeah, I love my lovers like I like my croissants. Buttery and flaky. Breakout mage. Rashes and boils form and reform on your body each day. However, any that line up with constellation can can power from that celestial body. That's funny. That's sort of like there's in the Book of Vile Darkness, there is a disease. I think it's called a cancer mage or something like that, but it's a magic / disease class that's like all about inflicting diseases. I think in your spells, in your like attacks, like you become immune to disease. You actually become filled with like every known disease, and while you are immune to their effects, you are a carrier of them, and you can use them to like harm others. It's got a problem with saving / loading. Well, that's, I mean, a problem loading sounds like a problem for any game. A problem saving sounds like an extra problem for a game that has like 100 hours. Steam? Okay. Did the BOVD have binder? I'm not sure. 100 hours. I mean, you know, for the speed runners. I don't actually know how long that game is. I just know it's supposed to be stupid long. What was the binder class? I'm assuming something to do with like having like stealing demons and binding them or something. Have Deebs and I plugged the Magus archives enough yet? Is this disease friend? It sounds like a thing from there. I know you two have talked about it. But you can always plug it again. What, you give people cancer? Mandalorian, it never says you give people cancer. It was called something like Cancer Mage, but like it just mentions diseases. It doesn't really specify them. Also, it might have been called something else, but I think it was called that. I could never play a character like that. Play a character like somebody could be like, I use murder family systematically for 20 years. Okay, I give people different forms of cancer. Kill it with fire. Yeah, I wanted to play one. I wanted to play that character, Cancer Rage or whatever it's called. I had an idea for a character for that, where it was like someone who was like a plague doctor, or some sort of like, you know, doctor who helped the sick, and like got infected with all these diseases, and now is now that class, and keeps the whole plague doctor or whatever get up on to actually protect the people from them, whereas before they had originally worn it to protect them from the disease, and now it's working the other way, so they're like fully covered. And then of course when they need to unleash some raw hell, they fire disease out of their hands or whatever they do. But I thought that would be a really fun character. A little over an hour and it's crashed half a dozen times. Oof, that sucks. I'm sorry, Discordia. I played it once with you guys where you oh, that's right, you let a ghost possess you. That's right. That was a cool class. Steam version being broken, what are the chances? Oh, I like that. Sounds kind of like a vampire video game where a doctor becomes a vampire and struggles with morality and ethics of it. I didn't play Vampire, but it seemed cool. I heard like mixed things, like it has some good ideas, but not everything is well executed. How many reviews does it have? Because I think that's actually in the account. Because I think somebody reviewed it when it came out. Has 13,000 reviews. Like above the threshold, but it's also like Pathologic. Well, that makes me hate it then. Pathologic to video games is what rubber is to movies for me. Like, I don't hate people who enjoy it, but it is deeply frustrating to me. That's very fair. Combat is meh, game is meh, but the atmosphere, writing, and voice acting are great. On the soundtrack, awesome. Kids reinstalling all 38 gigabytes. That's it? Oh man. Whew. That's a dent in the old hard drive. 30 gigs is, or almost 40 gigs is actually still pretty big. I didn't say it was good, just a similar plot. Oh, okay. Did those people also make the Void? What, rubber? Cinematic masterpiece that makes Citizen Kane look like it was written, directed by a clumsy baby. Wait, did the people... Blade, are you saying the people that made Pathologic the video game also made The Void the movie? Oh yeah, I could easily plow through it in like 30 hours or less, and Vampire is actually written by one of the guys who made the first Life is Strange. Oh. The Void the game. Oh, what is The Void the game? What is... hang on, we're gonna tab out real fast. What is The Void? Wow, this looks like a game, I guess. All right, never heard of it before. Make me watch Event Horizon. Event Horizon's a fun movie. I like Event Horizon. I think that's a cool movie. I'd watch it again. I've a huge fan of like the setting of either deep space or deep sea for horror. So like Event Horizon, Aliens, or Alien, and then like the Kristen Stewart one where she's in a like deep underwater facility and there's monsters and stuff. Like I love that setting. The Thing also fits that because it's just as isolated, even though it's on land. But it's like the idea being you are purposefully in an environment where the thing outside is guaranteed to kill you, but the thing inside is trying to kill you. So like you can't run away in the Arctic because you'll just freeze to death. You can't get outside the ship in space because you space. You know, it's I love that. I love that setting. A game with really cool visuals and absolutely shitty and pretentious gameplay mechanic and story. So it sounds just like actually Pathologic did not have cool visuals, so it doesn't sound like Pathologic, except that second part with the shitty mechanics and story. That's why themes of writing are so good, but the execution is not, because it's just different genre from his usual stuff. I also played surprisingly well on Switch. Oh, okay. Decay the Mare is only 89 cents? What a deal. I already own it. But if you don't own Decay the Mare, it's a good game. You know, it's only got 1,400 upvotes, reviews, whatever that's called on Steam. I could actually do that for a Hidden Gems. I like that game. So if you don't have Decay the Mare, pick that up. It's 89 cents. Worth it. It's spooky. It scared me as a child, and I can't watch it again. What is it? Just like a fear-based nostalgia kind of thing that scares you, or is it like it's actually scary to you now, and that's what scares you, or is it just it reminds you of how much it scared you when you were a kid, and that's what scares you? I'm curious because I watched the Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass TV special when I was a kid, and the Jabberwocky is in that, and the Jabberwocky absolutely made me just unload my bowels in fear when I was a child. Like I had nightmares about it. I really liked it. I thought it was very spooky and I was very drawn to it, but it was like it legitimately scared me and gave me nightmares. And going back and watching it now, it is comically unscary. Like, it is clearly a dude in a rubber suit who can't see. And he's going. And for the lightning effect, they just go and, like, put in a negative filter and fade it in and fade it out. And then have thunder sounds happening with a bright flash. It is hilariously bad. But, like, it scared me when I was a kid. But like I still, even watching it now, it still like reminds me of the feeling I had, even though it itself is not scary. Thankfully, Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne went on to do other kind of popular films like Jurassic Park and The Matrix, both of which very fun film. Mars Attacks was a movie I couldn't handle when I was young. Yeah, actually, I saw clips of that movie when I was young too, Talia, and it scared me. I want to break out my 360 and hope to God Decay is still on there. So it did get a release on Xbox One. I thought it was supposed to come to PC, but it hasn't. That makes me sad. Remind me how much it scared me as a kid. I know I could watch it again as an adult, but as a child, I got nightmares constantly with like Sam Neill's empty eyes and hanging open bodies. And my first intro to horror movie tropes of nope, evil isn't dead thing. Makes a lot of sense. It's true, evil isn't dead. So, Mandalorian, do you like horror movies? Now I'm curious. Also, at some point, we're gonna have to talk about RPGs. But you know, edging and orgasms, and then you just get off track, and now you're talking about horror movies. Natural progression of things. It's okay. Evil Dead now. It's a whole series about it. Yeah, like 4 movies and a show. Like there's... Evil is officially dead in those. All right. We have to come up with a name. Did we come up with a name for Dream Silt is the byproduct of siphoning dreams. I'll regulate and control rituals. That's actually, I like that wording. I'll probably work that in. Let's see. Oh, Dream Loam. That's what it was, not Dream Silt. Because loam is another term for silt, I believe. Not particularly like horror movies with deeper messages. Get Out, Babadook. Oh, I love the Babadook. Get Out is also really good. But slashers in particular with overpowered baddies that just murder with no consequence. I just do not understand. I do get a kick out of watching DBD, but I blame honey money for that. That's fair. Honestly, I didn't think I liked horror because I only knew like slasher movies and like American camp, and that was it. Like American campy films. And I was like, oh, that's all horror is. And like, so I'm with you. Like the stuff that has, I'm still not a big fan of slashers. Like some of them I can get behind, where it's like, oh, okay. Like I watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. And that I felt like had a bit more of a message, which was cool. And then I watched the remake as well after I watched the original, and I didn't like that one. But yeah, like most of the slasher stuff I do not enjoy. I like the psychological side of horror, and most slasher stuff either doesn't delve into it or doesn't delve into it in a way that really gets me. On that note, I'm gonna watch Barbarian today. Ooh, cool. Horror is the bed. Horror is the bed. Blight 2022. Horror is the bed. Horror social commentary. Yeah, social commentary is good. Like I love like a sci-fi horror too, where it's like, you know, I've watched some Black Mirror and I've liked it, but it's also like sometimes a little too hopeless for my taste, where it's like as a cautionary tale it works, but it also kind of feels like sometimes like, and here's why everything that's an advancement is gonna fuck us over. And I feel like you can't, for me personally, there's no good horror without a sense of hope. So like if everything is 100% boned, then like nothing's scary, because like it can't get worse and it's never gonna get better, so you're just kind of stuck in a neutral position. Joke's on you, I was always a monster. It was a DVD. Let the right one in. I love rare occasion where both Swedish and American version are good in their own ways. I have not seen either version of Let the Right One In. I feel like I never like anything called horror because it's slasher and gore and jump scares. It kind of just called thriller. Yeah, thriller can be cool. What's the difference between horror and thriller? Thriller is like, I think the difference is like horror means you like the main character's life is in jeopardy, versus thriller where it's like a situational based thing, but you're expecting the character to at least make it to the end, if not all the way through. They share a lot of DNA. But I mean, even saying that, like, genre, you know, genre stuff is very malleable. As they watch Cabinet of Curiosities, is it good? Hey McNancy, I've not seen it. But the right one is so good. I'm such a big fan of Swedish movie. Oh. And the book is also, and the book, so the American one wasn't memorable at all, and dislike it, but I can't remember anything about it. That's fair. Now, Eldritch / Cosmic Horror put that shit right in my eyeballs. Oh, Rat Beach. This is right where Cosmic Horror goes. Like Eldritch, Cosmic, Extra Dimensional, all that. Oh my gosh. I will eat that like a plate of pizza. It's so, I love it. Because I really love those concepts that kind of try to push what we understand and like go beyond things that we know. And both sci-fi and horror have a good time doing that. So that's one of the reasons those genres really can get me. Let's see. Watch both of them. It's interesting contrast. Like Swedish one overall focus on the mortality and ethics of the vampire and did it great, whereas the American one version was more Hollywood thing and focused on the relationship between the boy and the girl more, but didn't make it cheesy. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's not even horror, it's just fucked and awesome. Yep. You have to be granted first, eyes first, as done by the vacuous ROM. Gotta love Vacuous Rom the spider, who is not a spider, and also I don't think has a vacuum move. I don't know much about Bloodborne lore. I know they talked about Rom on Trophy. That's why I know about Rom. I guess we didn't come up with how to harvest dreams. Currently working on my Splatterpunk RPG zine. Tell me more, McNancy. I don't know, Jesse. I guess you just need to play Bloodborne and find out. Oh no, what a tragedy. I know. My gosh, my golly, I gotta do it. Do we have dream? What word did I just look at that I wrote earlier? Dream harvesters. So I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. So the device A dream harvester is the place that they go to take the dreams out of their head. We need a name for the people, so the dream harvestees. And then I think so, dream harvestee, and then we need a name. I like dream harvester. We need a name for the dream harvestee, and then we need a name for the. We need a name and a form for the thing that the dreams become. So like when you suck a dream out of someone's head. Okay, is it like, you know, is it a liquid? Is this like, oh, is this liquid dream right here? Like, is it a gas? Is it some sort of like ephemeral thing? Like, I feel like it needs some sort of physical property, but not necessarily a tangible one. Like, it doesn't need to be a brick. It's called Evil and Carnies. That's a fun name. It's about how all carnivals are secretly monster hunting organizations. Oh, that sounds fun. I love that premise. That's awesome, McNancy. Where can I learn more about that? Totally forgot it was a book. Apparently it was. Audiobooks aren't lazy, they're time efficient. You can read while doing other things that are important, like dishes or working out or whatever. Yes, title is a pun. That's Game Design 101. Let me tell you, I absolutely love puns and names. So yeah, Evil and Carnies is, I got that immediately. It's Evil Incarnate, and I freaking love it. Big fan over here. Eldritch horror and horror puns. Boom. Really just puns in general. Boom. Right into these eyeballs. Spools of thread. Okay, I do like that. Let's do... Alright, we've got spools of thread. That's a good idea. If we want to do spools of thread, maybe like... What if rather than it... Oh, man. My thought being trying to incorporate some level of interlocking dream logic, because one of the things that I love about dreams is like things are connected to each other without any sort of actual connection. Like you could be you're dreaming and you're in a room and it is a living room of a house of a friend. It's like basically the layout is an actual living room of a house of your friends, but like, you know that in this setting it is your house. So like it's a familiar setting. There's like a thread going to a familiar thing, but there's another thread going to something that makes it, you know, disconnected or different from what it is. Or like the furniture is different places, or like it's the living room of the house, but it's on the porch of a hotel or something, because that hotel is a porch. So it's like a weird, my thought being like threads but knotted together, but like I don't know how that works. Ooh, some kind of peat. That's a good idea too. I propose the nescient of the dream harvesters. Nescient means lacking knowledge or ignorant. Ooh. It's gonna work. Hang on. Let me I gotta spell. I can't spell. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell or type. All right, word hippo. Get in this. So let's go. Where was it? Was it nescient? What a tangled web we weave. I'm extremely nescient. I do everything. Ow. Having ignorance. Not having knowledge or experience with something. I was thinking of nescient is good. I was thinking of something to do with like a wordplay on like loss, because the dreams are being siphoned out. So they are like actively removing something. Or what if dreams were worms? Ooh. Ooh, they just kind of like pluck them out of their head. I like that idea, but I think I want to stick with like a like a, I don't know. Okay. I like the idea of the dream thing being pseudo alive or moving or amorphous or something, because it's sort of like dreams change, like they have some sort of activity or life to them. But I also like that once they're removed from the head, I think I like it more that when it's like removed from the head, it becomes a stationary thing. Like it no longer has that malleability, that mobility, that life to it, because it's been taken. Kind of like if you pull, you know, a heart is like a beating thing. It's like an active organ. But like if you pulled it out, it'd be like thump, thump, thump. And, you know, it'd be done. It's still a heart. It still has the properties of it. It still has, you know, if you need to dissect it, you need to study it, you need to maybe quickly put it in someone else. Like, okay, it is still a heart, but removed from its natural environment, it is stilled. What about benomen then? It's a past tense meaning of deprive or taken away something important or valuable to someone. Ooh. Imagine like the pensive in Harry Potter when Dumbledore takes it out of his temple. I don't remember that at all. I've only seen the movies like once. I do not remember when Dumbledore pulls a worm out of his head. A lava lamp. Let's use a bunch of ooh sounds to wake the heart back up. Honey Bunny taught us that earlier. Oh man, Honey Bunny's teaching you so much today. Wow. How about it's just earwax? Like the orange gunk in your ears, dream juice. Ew. I can't support this, McNancy. That's not a bad idea, but my disgust of earwax will not allow me to make that decision. Anybody is not to be underestimated. She will teach you much, and she will murder you. And she'll get away with it because she knows so much about murders. Dream juice concentrate. Okay, what was that? Bo. Benoman. Okay. That's possible for to deprive or take away from something important or valuable from someone. Ooh, yes, that is a good. So if we hang on. Edible? It's not on dictionary.com. Wait, what's the Benim? Is that the word? No. Benin? No. Wait, why is it showing up here but not there? So it's a Benim. But dictionary doesn't have Benin. Okay, I like, yeah. Benamin. I like Benamin. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have that. Let's do it. Yeah, works for a group of people, yeah. Emphasizes I was taken, cannot put into words, yeah. I think that's cool. So the dream harvester takes your dreams. The Benamin are the people whose dreams are taken. So we need a name for the dream object, whatever the like peat or thread or whatever it is. And then its actual form. I like both of these and I am really torn, and now someone's probably going to add a third one. I was also thinking about like the container to put it in, and like just this is just me liking skulls and like Halloween, but like, you know, if you extract a dream, you can't just like, even if it is like a spool of thread or peat or whatever, you can't just hold it. Like maybe something to do, I don't know. The more I explain this idea, the less I like it. But my thought being like, it's not something that you can just hold on to. Like you would have to store it in a skull essentially, or something like that. We want it silent or violent. Some kind of drill, like a diamond drill. Ooh. I awakened from my slumber at long last. Whoa. Good morning to you, Deeps. Onriophage is a Greek word for dream eater. I am usually against using old Greek words for things. Although phage, great word. What are we doing today? Oh, we're talking about edging. hope your dreams didn't get all eaten. They did. Oh no. I think the idea of storing them in a skull as a surrogate for where they... Oh, I like the idea of them storing them in a skull as a surrogate for where they would probably need to be specifically prepared skull in some way. Yeah. Okay, well, as long as someone else thinks that's a cool idea, I might be down with it. Learning how to steal your dreams, or earwax, depending on the way Jesse leans. I'm not going earwax. Definitely not going earwax. Can't do the earwax. It's too gross to me. Not that like earwax is like especially gross. Like it's a bodily discharge. I don't know. It doesn't shoot out of you, but like your body makes it. It's whatever. Like it's kind of gross, but like the idea of like it as a thing, just I don't know. That one gets me. Also a good excuse to have skulls decorating your setting. That's a good point. Ooh, someone who died in their sleep or in a coma. That, oh boy, yes, yes, yes. Okay, now that, okay, so, held in. I'm just gonna put magically treated, even though I'm gonna change that. Actually, no, let's not have it magical. This is in the skull of someone who died in their sleep or in their sleep or a coma, leaving an everlasting impression of their final dreams. In their bones? In their skull? I already said skull. I can't say skull again. Important to keep the skull safe, because who knows when the next time someone will die in their sleep coma. Yeah, it's a finite supply. Be like, well, we need 30 more skulls. We need 30 more sleep skulls. So like, I guess we gotta hire some assassins to break into some people's house and just get them in their sleep. Bring us their heads. We need 30 more skulls. What are we gonna do? Killing them in your sleep doesn't count because magic rules. That's fair. That would help with the murder. We need a name for the dream object. So when you pull, you know, when you take water and dirt and put it together and pull it out, you have mud. So when you take a dream harvester and pull the dream out of a benomen, you have a word, a noun. Leaving an everlasting keep for the final resting place of dreams. Ooh. Should be a purple yam. Yams are great. All right, leaving an everlasting keep for the what if it's ... Okay, so like the previous sentence. Actually, let me just copy that. So what about... That's gonna creating an everlasting resting place for their dream. What about that? I like the word keep, but everlasting keep. Let's just say for dreams. For dreams? Because it's their dreams, but also the dreams of, you know, that which is poured into it. Of the Benuman. Keep for the last dreams. Keep for their last dreams. Their last dreams. Keep. Everlasting keep of dreams. We're gonna come back to this. What about like a SCOBY? You know, the wet spongy thing floating in kombucha. Is that what that's called? I keep thinking that the name for the dream object could just be thread or dream translated to another language and slightly modified. Everlasting keep for the last of dreams. I have that as multiple ways, and then I'll probably edit and change, and who knows later. Red. I mean, it could be, we could also say like dream thread. I like the visual. I'm gonna put a point for spool of thread. Because I like the visual of it coming out as like a string and either winding it into something or like having it come out and like spiral into the skull to be held until it is given to the beast. So I'm leaning spool. So thread would work. So maybe dream thread. Or it could just be, you're right, it could just be thread. Is there another? What if we do thread? Filament, yarn. Ligature. Goby is very vulnerable. You have to feed them. Keep them clean, dark. So, okay. SCOBY? Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Oh, okay. Gross. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, comes out of the thread and goes into the eyes. Ooh. That is kind of cool. Actually, that gives me a really good like art visual of like two people lying down and like their heads are facing each other. And then there's like, you know, some they're currently called the Council of the Feast. Yeah, Council of the Feast. And there's like a Council of the Feast person like standing over them doing something, and like, yeah, you see like a yellow thread coming out of both of their heads. So like two people here lying down, heads facing each other, council member behind them doing something, threads coming out of their heads and then going down, and there's a skull facing up, and each thread is going into a different eye socket. That would be a cool piece of art. Comes out of the thread, then goes into the eyes as tiny ethereal hooks. Snag their dreams. Oh. Ooh, I like the idea of the hooks too. Oh no, that's really cool. I like the idea of a dream being a warm jar of squishy blobs that you have to take care of. You gotta nurture those dreams. All right, we're going with spools, because that's just too. I think that visual is too strong. I can't not do it. So we're gonna say dream thread. I'll probably change that to just thread. Let's do, or hang on, I was already on this. Unspooled, because gravity will pull the thread down, and then dream and they wind back up. Call them spools. Flax. I really like ligature, but that's not correct. Yeah, it's a good word, but it's not the right word. A long, thin piece of something. Okay. Striation. That's cool. Seam, belts. Streak, vein. Fleck, dash. Writing. Length of cord made by twisting together strands of fibrous materials. That's cool. So rope, cord, string, cable, wire, lace, strip. Jerry Lee. Hi there, Jerry. What brings you here today? As I sit here and look at words. Oh my gosh, only one person. Oh shoot, no, a bunch of people followed. Oh my gosh, what's happening? What? These have to be bots. I just got followed by like 40,000 things. Okay, not 40,000. Yeah, it looks like these are bots. Well, my numbers are about to jump up, but not for any reason that's good. Dang. It'll stop eventually. Is it? No, it's running through desktop. can mute desktop. You won't hear music, but you won't hear that either. We'll just do no music for a moment. Until that's over, so you don't have to keep listening. I still have to listen to it, but they disappear just as quickly as they come. I believe it. Well, they now... I especially like that I somehow got followers but have no new viewers. So it's like... guess I did it off page. There are hot singles in my area. Skulls are us. Yeah, their bots' names almost seem real. It's like, oh, that's so close. I've played Dead by Daylight with a number of these names. Almost. Like, they're so close. It's like that, I gotta bring it up. It's my favorite thing. Yeah, here it is. It's like this list of it was like a Japanese baseball game of supposed to be American baseball. And it's like all the names are so close to being a real name. Like Sleeve McDykel. Like Mike Truck. Dwicht Rodagul. Like Tim Sendelli. Carl Dandleton. It's like and Bobson Dugnut might be my favorite. Yeah, Willie Dustis. Raul Chamberlain. Like, it's so close. Like, it's really, really close to it. I think a legitimate 100 people followed because bots, I should say, followed because it's, I now have 527 followers. Okay, this is still booping at me. I need to get this to stop. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deactivate this. Oh, it's not gonna deactivate though. Nope, it's not. Even if I turn it off. Wow, that's annoying. Well, at least you all aren't hearing the badoop badoops. Yeah, apparently someone did a follow bot, I guess. And I mean, it says I have 100 new followers because it's 527 now. But yeah, just like I think McNancy said, they will probably be gone in like 10 minutes or something. Justice is a good name. Yeah, it is. Oh, there is a Key and Peele skit that is sort of like it's like a bunch of sports people and they give them all weird names. Wait, what's it? That's what we do in the shadows reference. Bonzales is strong too. Yeah, I love Bonzales. And Ray McScriff is really great. Okay, well, I'm going to turn that off because at least it'll stop showing up. Pringle McHangleberry. Yeah, it's like Daryl Archideld. Like, that's so close to a real name. Also, Carl Dandleton, really funny to me. It's Hingle McCringleberry. Yeah, this if you ever need Jerome Gride or Jeremy Gride, if you ever need a good name, like this list right here is the greatest list of names that has ever been created. Just so you know. And now you know. I don't know why it's giving me a Guilty Gear preview right here. But it is. Okay, so dream thread. That's what comes out of your head. We're looking for maybe a different word. I'm gonna say maybe a different word instead of dream. Because I like thread. Because like something very thin. Like that seems good. Onsen Sweemy. Sounds like a reliable fence. There's a was it ProZD? It has a little skit where he's reading those names as a baseball announcer. He's like, coming to the plate is, and then he just says all the names. And it is quite funny. So where they steal dreams is they actually, so the idea for this place is there is a, it's like a, think of like a great, I don't know if you're in America, but like one of the Great Lakes, like Erie or Superior or whatever, like a Great Lake sized area that's just mud. Like it's just big mud. There is a monster slumbering beneath the mud. And the monster is so big, there's like small mountains. I need another word for that, but like basically small mountains are like big hills that are made of stone that look like they're made of stone, but they're actually like spines coming out of the back of this creature that's underground. And it's breathing. That's how big this creature is. And its breathing is sending air through underground caves, and it's hardening paths of the mud. And that's how they have like where their roads are. They didn't actually make them. It's just where the mud is hard enough to walk on. And like areas that pool that are hard, like big open areas underground, make it so that's like where they would build a town or whatever. So this creature requires, in order to keep its like breathing regulated and to keep it sleeping, because if it stood up, if it woke up and got up, it would just create a massive sinkhole, and then also there would be a huge monster running around. They have to feed it, and what they feed it is some physical food, so mostly like rice and lotus root, because that stuff grows well in mud. And they can like mass produce it, but it also, in its otherworldliness of this like creature's origins, whatever it is, also requires a non-physical type of food, which we decided was dreams. So the people of Learbotten have learned how to, rather than the creature that just kind of pulled dreams from everybody who was near, able to harvest dreams from specific people who go into a dream harvester, and they pull their dreams out and then they feed it to the creature, and they must bring it in these ceremonial skulls, is what we decided. So it is a part of society, like kind of like, I'm thinking sort of like jury duty. Like everybody has to give up some of their dreams at points in their life. And like, it's a very draining process. The idea being like, you kind of look like you haven't slept in a week. Like you lose a lot of ambition and drive, and you have to kind of recover from that, because it's, pulled a dream out of you. Not just a, like, the space your mind goes when you're asleep, but also part of your, like, ambition. Part of what you want. So that's the idea. So it is I don't know if pseudo-voluntary is the correct term. Is dream taking a secret form of magic or alchemy? So I'm thinking that it's not secret in like they can't tell anybody, but it is a shoot, what would it, like a that term be? Like if you work for a company that makes a particular kind of medicine, then you kind of trade secret, like you have some level of secrecy of that information of how it's made, but like it's not the biggest. I don't know how to put that. I am thinking of some form of like dream of magic. Proprietary, yeah. So it's kind of proprietary. Like it can go, you can teach people, you can learn, but like, and like also a good spot for like dream mages to be crafted. Taken Osprey. Hello. Sorry, I think I just got hit by a follow bot. And so I have, it's actually why there's no music, because I'm constantly hearing a ringing in my ear of the 100 names that just followed. But hi. Are you real? Are you an advanced follow bot that says hello in chat? I don't think so. Because it isn't your first time chatting. So, hello, Taken. Take no spray. Talk and Osprey. Also, your name looks a little familiar. You've been here before. Can't remember everybody, but I think I remember you. Maybe? Am I wrong? Does it work like arcane magics, or is it its own thing? I don't want to over explain it. I think I'd like to lean into the ambiguous. Like there's a level of magic, but also a level of like utilizing the siphoning powers of the monster to steal dreams, and they're kind of channeling that rather than just being this like broadcasting signal that's just eating the dreams of everything near it. They've learned how to decipher that signal and channel it, and then it only goes to a specific place, which is this dream harvester and the people sleeping within it. So the dream harvester would be kind of a building, and then there would be like some level of council of the feast members that have to do something with, making sure it's pulled from the sleepers' heads and whatnot, or the Benomen. So kind of arcane, kind of its own thing. Don't want to get too deep into it. This is 1-page lore, so like we stop at what, like 760, 780 words total to make the entire lore of this area. Yeah, redirecting and focusing the flows that already exist. Yeah, kind of like that. I wish I could get this thing to stop ringing. But it will not quit. Oh. Almost. I think we're close to the end. Oh my gosh. It's getting slower, but it hasn't stopped yet. Ugh. All right. We have our dream harvester, which we could think of a different name for. We have our Benomen, which are the people who have their dreams harvested. We have our dream thread, which is the spools of, I want to say yellow, like glowing yellow is what I see. But maybe that's just because earwax. Would dream benders be 2 Nicktoons? I think dream benders would be 2 Nicktoons. Yeah, let's have some music back. It sounds like we're done bipping and booping. I think it would be a little too Nicktoons, but I do like it. Like, I didn't want to say like, what was it? Not Dreammancers. Neuromancer is a book. I think that's a cyberpunk book. Yeah, Dreamweavers is cliche. It's because there's a song, Dreamweavers. Or Dreamweaver. I believe you can get me through the night. Something like that. Maybe like Dream Sculptor. That might be a little like you're trying too hard not to say Dream Bender. Musing. Half conscious state. Yep, that's what we want. Alright, I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Dreamscaper? Maybe. We went with thread, walked right into a cliche. Right. I mean, we don't have to use thread, but Dream Spinner. Dreamstress? Whatever, I love Dreamstress. That's... These guys remind me of the strangers from Dark City. I don't know what Dark City is. I really... I'm gonna write down Dreamstress. I don't care if some people will find that too silly. I think Dreamstress is outstanding and I applaud you. And I don't care how I work this in here, but that's for me. Dreamstress is making it in here for me. Everybody else hates it. You have to deal with it. Because that's great. This is a good job. So Benjamin and Dream Thread. How's that for a title? Benjamin and Dream Thread. Be like, what's that? Dark City is a fantastic film. 2 thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was it work lifetime? I've done all I can today. I made Jesse happy. Thank you for making me happy. Dreamstress is such a good word. All right. So the beast beneath Lear bottom requires a diet beyond physical food. I was gonna say beyond. Ooh, I don't want to say physical food. I'll say beyond physical nourishment. Here, let's spell it right. It also craves dreams, both in the literal sense of a vision while sleeping, as well as aspirations. Now let's not overcomplicate it. We only got so many words. Long ago, the presence of the beast would pull dreams from whoever slumbered near it. Years of studying. The beast's dream. Siphoning. Powers. This loud. Not has allowed. After years of studying these stream siphoning powers, let's see. I don't know why, but the way you said Benemin and Dream Thread made me think of Ben and Jerry's. I don't know why either, but delicious ice cream. Okay, so after years of studying dream siphoning, let's just say after studying the beast stream siphoning powers, Council of the Feast learned direct it into chosen individuals. Council of the Feast learned to direct it into chosen individuals. In what is now known as the Harvester. No. Let's just end it and then gotta go into, okay, so the Dream Harvester. So I'm about to repeat some information. So actually I'm going to write this down and then I'm going to change this up. So the Dream Harvester is a structure. I want to say like it's a certain kind of structure. Like it's a dome. How about spinner? What is spinner for? Dream silo. Do silos go underground? Because I would want this to be an above ground structure because I guess it could be an underground structure. Spinner for the harvesters. Oh, okay. Silos are above ground? Okay. Silos do whatever you need them to do. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of missile silos, which are below ground, but I guess like a corn silo is above ground. Grain silo, yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. True Mandalorian. Yeah, grain silos are above, missile silos below. Okay. Fantasy silos. I think the receptacle should just be a girl in a tub, like in Minority Report, and they just pour all the dreams into her head. Ooh. If I wasn't so into this idea of the skulls, I would think about like a living vessel, kind of like what we were talking about with like if you transport a heart, it needs a like a thing. But I'm really into these skulls. But I think that is also a cool idea. I'm from Texas, so I went straight to grain silos. We're trying to figure out a simple way. We are building a sentence on what the building that the dream harvesting takes place in is called. And silo is a good word. I'm leaning silo. I like the idea of an obelisk kind of structure. Oh, the tub girl is a silo. No, the silo would be like an actual building. So like when you get your dreams harvested, you go to a building, because like it's a bunch of different people. Like it's like jury duty. Like everybody's got to do it eventually, several times in their life. You go to the dream silo, and you go to sleep there, and your dreams are pulled out of your head, and then you wake up and you are completely just whatever the term is, just bamboozled. Like you feel garbagey. You look like you haven't slept in a week because you had something removed from you. And then you take a week off of work, you stumble around, you eventually recover from it. Well, if the place to remove dreams, then we could go dream theater between dreams films and operating theater. But dream theater is a band. Also a band that I'm not a fan of. What are dreams physically? What we're going with is that they are like a yellow thread. Because I think Rat Beach said spools. We were down to spools and peat as like what they would make physically when you pulled them out of someone's head. But I really like the idea of like this thread coming out of someone's head and going into a skull, which is the skull is what they use to transport the dream to the beast. You didn't know they're bad. Oh, no need to be sorry. And they're technically very proficient musicians. Skull Library. Big fan of the Skull Library. I just do not enjoy their music. That's just a very personal thing. Yeah, you go to the building, they plug your skull in really on your string, and then you send it your way. Plug skull into tub girl. McNancy really wants this tub girl. Dream catacombs. If it was sci-fi through Mandalorian, I would call it the Datacombs. So I like that. But I like them in a tower silo shape too. Yeah, I really like this tower, this silo. The loom? The loom is actually... Oh, that's loam. Never mind. I'm stealing that if I remember that. Datacombs. Sorry, the loam was a byproduct of siphoning dreams. Is dream loam. Loom. Loom. Nope, that's not. Hand operated. Oh, because if it's thread, if we're going with the the thread, then yeah, calling the place a loom. That's some pretty good wordsmithing there, Blight. I do kind of like that. Tower with interior walls covered in skulls is a good visual too. I mean, name a thing and then where you would put a period, instead put covered in skulls. You just upgraded your sentence. With Loom, we are encroaching on the plot of Wanted. Oh, I have not read or watched Wanted. That's the curved bullet one, right? Or is that something else? Also, point in favor of the Loom is it's a 4-letter word, so that's pretty short. It is the bully curvy one. All right, cool. I'm sure you meant bullet. Only that it has a loom in it. Play on the cotton gin and call it the subconscious gin. The thing that turns cotton into fiber. The subconscious gin. Oh no. I've already got the or the dreamtress. Yeah, I like the loom. I think the loom for the Dream Harvester. Where was I writing that? Did I accidentally delete it? It wanted they have like a loom of fates, and it tells them who to kill to change the future or some shit. Wait, Wanted has... I didn't know Wanted had that. I thought... Oh man, I thought it was just a movie about someone shooting a gun and like a car that drives fast. There's some weird pseudo time travel kind of stuff. I feel like we would say if we were weaving the dreams into dream cloth for easier storage. But then I don't know much sense a skull would make. Yeah, skulls are cool. I like the idea of the thread, so I want to stick with that. But I feel like loom could still work for a little bit thematic, and then also it's a short word. That's helpful. Dream Harvester is 2 words and way more page real estate. Spoilers. Okay, it's mostly about people shooting guns. I saw Wanted and I super do not remember any of the actual plot. They read a code from a constantly woven strip of fabric that would name hits. It's dumb. It may be dumb, but it was the most interesting part of the movie. Oh man. If you want a pretty much the was it damning something through praise? It may be dumb, but it's the best part. Is Morgan Freeman going? The Semevera, that's most of what I remember. So that's because there's a long present. The loom. I'm gonna call it that. Put that there. They decipher names based on when the loons skip threads, so essentially random occurrences. Oh, okay. Sure. Hearing more about it, I immediately got interested, and then you all kept talking, and I was like, okay, that's probably a reason I skipped this. It doesn't sound like I missed much. I assume the graphic novel is better, but I mean, it could be dumb. I love The Boys TV show, but everything I've learned about The Boys comic has made me go, yeah, I don't really want to read that. But the show, great. But a lot of stuff I love about the show seems like it's fairly different than the comic. Okay. Blue is a silo. The loom. So I remember. Okay, that's our sentence. So let's think about resources. Cool. It's a fun action movie, pretty ridiculous power level, very anime. Oh, now that made me interested again. The Boys comic is just a lot grosser and lewd. Not judging, just saying what I've read. Yeah, it seems like it's the show seems like it's violent and lewd for a point, to make a point, and then from what I've very little I've seen about the comic makes it seem like it's violent and lewd just because violence and lewd. But I haven't read it, so maybe I'm wrong. But that's, from what I've seen, that's what it seems like. I love it when I see a very simple message in chat like, no. And I'm like, but I'm not sure which that's referring to. What's all this lewdness and violence? The Boys comic versus the show. Where, from my limited resource, or my limited understanding, it seems like the comic is more lewd and grosser, as True Mandalorian put it. That the comic is grosser and more lewd just for being gross and lewd, for gross and lewd's sake, versus the show, which has more poignant reasons for its lewdness and its grossness. Garth Ennis? Oh, okay. Oh, it's just after 2. All right, well, I guess I need to stop here then. I was saying no, that this show does it for a point. I disagree. I think it absolutely does it for a point. I mean, that show is very, I feel like very